I'm very pleased to introduce the people that were hottest off the mark with volunteering for today's call were our Oulu ecosystem, because they said, oh, we not only got one champion, we got two. So no pressure. First one up, we're going to hear from Juha from Neurosonic. Juha, tell us what you're up to in Neurosonic in women's health, please.
Yes, absolutely. Nice to be here. Thank you for the invite.
Kiitos.
I am trying to share here my screen.
Wonderful. That's perfect.
All right, good. So I'm Juha Suoniemi from Neurosonic. We are from Oulu, Finland. We also have a showroom in Helsinki in Finland. And what we do, we help people to reset, sleep better, and stress less. Nowadays, stress and sleep has become the new fitness. And then we measure ourselves with great tools like Oura Ring, originally also from Oulu, other kind of wearables, watches, trackers, smart beds, many different things that gather data. And we look at that data and say that, well, damn, I slept poorly, or I seem to be stressed out. But what those great measurement devices leave us with is that they don't necessarily have the solution. So then what do we do when we sleep poorly, or we don't get the data and recovery we need? So that's where Neurosonic comes into play. So we enable our users for an easy and effortless way to start the natural recovery process in the body. So recovering faster, whether it's recovery from the daytime recovery during the stressful workday, or recovery from physical exercise, or reducing stress or sleeping better. And how we do it is that we have a technology, a low frequency vibration therapy that activates the autonomic nervous system and promotes recovery. So we have patented programs that deliver whole body vibration. That's kind of a key, unique value proposition for us through our devices, a mattress, a chair, or chaise longue, where we have integrated our technology into. And with those specific patented programs, we can impact your autonomic nervous system. So we activate the parasympathetic side of your autonomic nervous system, and the natural recovery process in the body starts. It reduces stress, enhances recovery. We can measure it, heart rate variability, EDA. There are many different measurement methods that show the impact immediately. And of course, then regular use, when you get that recovery in, it will improve your sleep, especially kind of the deep sleep and sleep quality in general. So we've been around since 2011 already. So we've been around the block a little bit. Our technology is non-invasive. We are CE marked, patented, and we are already used in hundreds of companies, over 300 service providers in Finland, and thousands of homes, for sure. Good. Here's a glimpse. I'm not going into our products too much, but just that you get a visual kind of understanding of what type of products we are talking about, where we have integrated the vibration therapy. So standalone products, or in the bottom right corner, a product, a thin product that goes into your bed or under your couch cushions. So what about then kind of the women's health, the topic of today, how we are relevant there? So the exact topics of poor sleep, stress, and burnout, they are disproportionately affecting women. So that's why our main kind of value propositions hit the marker better with women. So kind of 3 topics: stress and anxiety regulation. We balanced autonomic nervous system, which reduces stress and anxiety. And this is very valuable, especially during hormonal fluctuations. The sleep quality. The Neurosonic enhances the deep sleep, as I mentioned, the quality in general. And this is also kind of something that helps women with hormonal changes or kind of a daily overload. And of course, then getting the natural balance in the autonomic nervous system in place, which has a key role in emotional regulation, energy levels, and resilience. A significant majority of our customers are women. We develop the technology for everybody, but women seem to find it more easy. And we have lots of excellent customer experiences highlighting the impact on the lives of Neurosonic users. So user feedback, for example, restless legs, especially during the evening, menopausal symptoms such as hot flashes and disrupted sleep are impacted. We have a kind of these recommendations collected and from our user base, we get a lot of recommendation for menopausal symptoms. So especially the 36 minutes program being used, we are getting hundreds of recommendations, highly kind of rated.
Okay.
And we see then in these kind of feedback how we can impact the lives of women and men, of course, but here then women especially. I don't know, was that the 3 minutes already, but
absolutely.
I'm in the end.
You had your 3 minutes and then some more, but that's good.
Yeah.
You finished. Great input. Fantastic start to this session. I'm really pleased to be able to move now from Oulu. There'll be more from Oulu right at the end of the show. We're going to go flying across the ocean to the US. But before we do that, when I said this is global before, you've already seen before, we've got colleagues from our Australian ecosystem on the call, Singapore, Sri Lanka. We've got the Society for Women's Health Research on the call as well. So a fantastic global audience, Nina. No pressure. Tell us about your product, Nina. The floor is yours.
Sorry, I need to unmute myself first. Hello, everyone. It's an honor to be here. That's a great product, by the way. I would love to have one. I'm Nina Mir Habibi. I'm a certified integrative women's health practitioner, and I'm here to present my startup Toolu, which is set to launch within the next month. I apologize for my cramped presentation. I'm not going through the numbers. It's just here for your information. But I would like to take the advantage of this incredible opportunity provided by EHCA Alliance to highlight some of the biggest struggles women face around the age of 40 and forward, and how Toolu can help them. Toolu stands for sunrise. It's a Farsi word, and we chose that because we believe menopause is just the beginning. It's not the end. The reality is women spend decades of their lives juggling family, work, high levels of stress, bearing children, attending their health, attending their own health and their ambitions. And then once they reach 40, their hormone levels start to slow down, and that causes hormonal fluctuations, which is followed by a series of strange symptoms that we didn't have before. Those symptoms, as many of you would know, are high levels of anxiety, insomnia, stubborn weight gain, low sexual desire, irritability, and a lot more. And these symptoms are different from woman to woman. Things that seem to come out of nowhere, but have a root in how we lived our lives in the past 40 years. And that's nobody's talking about this. And Toolu is here to highlight that the importance of how making those choices can change the experience of menopause for us. Added to burden of those symptoms, we have overbooked doctors, abundance of unsolicited advice on the internet. We have friends and family with a lot of opinions that's coming from a loving place, but don't necessarily work for us. So our solution is Tolu. We leverage the power of AI personalization. We combined it with health coaching, behavioral change techniques, and functional medicine, holistic care to help women make informed decisions and reduce the experience of menopause alone. So think of Tolu as your health companion in your pocket for those moments that nobody's around. Imagine you're getting ready for your doctor appointment, you don't know what to expect. Tolu can help you to get ready for that appointment. Imagine you received care from your doctor, but you don't know how to exactly apply that care or that medicine. Tolu is there for you. Added to our technology, we have a community of integrative menopause specialists that can verify the information you find on our platform. We are launching our beta model in Orlando, Florida to prove the concept within the next months. And we would like to expand our footprint throughout the US and the globe next. So if you're interested to learn more and collaborating with us, please reach out to me. My contact information is on the slide. And honestly, I have a lot more to say. This is not enough, but I really appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.
And I appreciate you keeping to time as well, because I think this is the benefit. This is to give people a flavor, and you certainly give it a flavor to many of our other participants today who'll be thinking, okay, we'll take down your details. But feel free as well to pop your emails and LinkedIn details in the chat function. It makes it a whole lot quicker and easier for other people as well. Talking of quick, just a couple of other quick people I've seen join our call from our Spanish ecosystems. Good to see you already. Now, we're going to go to our next speaker, who I believe is Lawrence from Israel. Lawrence Klein, are you there with Chaya?
Is he not on the call?
No, he's not on the call, Chaya.
1 second. He's not on the call. He has the link.
Right. Okay. If you could message him, and I will go on to our next. I'll come back to Lawrence. If you give him a quick nudge, we'll come back. Let him know what to join, and I'll see when he comes in. All right. And which means I can move on to, and we'll come back to Lawrence any second now when he comes in. But for now, I talked about this being a multi-stakeholder approach because that's what we do. That's how our ecosystems work. And one of those multi-stakeholder groups includes academics and researchers. A great interest, obviously, for organizations like the Society for Women's Health Research, but also in universities, such as in the Czech Republic, which gives me a great delight to be able to introduce Lenka. Lenka, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you
There
for
she
the
is.
invitation. And now just, yeah, I would like to share my screen. I hope you see it.
Make it in full screen if possible.
Yes. Is it there?
That's perfect. I can read it,
Thank
which
you.
means everyone can.
Well, when speaking about women health, thanking for this opportunity to present one of our Central European project. By the way, Oscar from Israel is also part of this game. And it is focused on a digitalization of elderly care delivery, which means that we include and involve women as potential clients and women health at work, because there are so many different processes that the professionals must do, and we try to make their work easier. This is just a view of the partners. As you can see, even in the project partners, there are many women involved, also from the long-term care facilities. And really we target on inclusion of new technologies, not only like development of new information systems for the long-term care, but also to involve new technologies in the sense of sensor systems that can help in monitoring, evaluation of health state and so on, so that even the professionals can profit from it. Currently, we are in the phase when we finished our pilot actions in several facilities by several partners, and now we are developing the innovation plans for short, mid, and long-term feature, long-term.
No need for air.
There is somebody speaking.
1 second. Please mute your conversation.
Oh,
Thank
I
you, Lenka.
apologize.
So currently we are developing the innovation plans for short, mid, and longer term horizon. So unfortunately, the project goes slowly to its end. And last but not least, I would like to invite those of you who are interested also in the digital transformation of long-term care for our policy conference that will be held in November in Lower Austria in St. Pölten, which is not far from Vienna. It is a wonderful small city in a wonderful environment, and I will give to Adriana this presentation with the link and email for contacting the organizers of this conference. And definitely, I think the ideas we will discuss and present there could be useful for all of us. And that's it. Just to summarize, we really see in these pilot actions what could be done in the facilities, and what we managed in the project is just part of the whole work, because there are so many complex activities that are really worth focusing further on. Thank you so much.
Thank you for that, Lenka, and for keeping to time. As always, keeping to time. And a great segue, because what you've just done is walk into my trap, which is to lead me on to our next speaker, who, strange enough, is from Austria. We'll be coming back to our speaker from Israel very, very shortly, but you walked into my trap there, because on this call we also have Yvonne. Yvonne, you're on. Tell us what you're up to.
I just had to unmute myself. I hope you can hear me.
We can.
Very grateful to be here today and tell you a little bit about the research that I have been doing on women and health in Austria in the past couple of years that drive me, that I'm passionate about. I am from the FH St. Pölten, University of Applied Sciences in St. Pölten in Lower Austria, from the Center for Digital Health and Social Innovation. I'm a senior researcher there, and my background is a little different, in media psychology, health communication, and I would consider myself a public scholar. And I will take you on a quick overview of the research topics that have been driving me in the past years and are still driving me. Like, for example, doing research on empowerment and disempowerment in terms of health of women and young girls online. Where do they receive social support? Where do they give social support? And what are the actual health issues that they raise themselves? Also, I've been leading and co-authoring studies on, for example, a little pilot study that we did on Flinter people and the healthcare discrimination experiences they face in the Austrian healthcare system, as well as care work and mental load, and how we can sort of flip the switch by starting to put more media representation on equality. And also, I've been investigating media narratives of female bodies online, for example, lesbians on social media, how they portray their sexual life, their sexual health, also reproductive health, for example, with their pregnant bodies. Currently, and this is really nice, that's why I was happy to hear Nina's presentation, I'm very much so focused on the topic of menopause and how to get rid of the stigmatization surrounding menopause, because there is a great need of information and also information seeking for women. As well as I've been doing studies on femicides, on German-speaking news coverage of femicides, and drag activism, interestingly, also from female drag activists who use their activism as a sort of build-up for their mental resilience. So in short, I would consider myself as someone who's trying to bridge health communication, policy critique, always with a twist on digital innovation. And as you might be able to tell via my research agendas that I've just presented, I'm very committed to participatory research and first and foremost to co-creating solutions that serve underrepresented voices, especially within the realm of women and health. So I'm very happy to connect with you, and thank you very much for your attention.
Excellent. And another one who's kept to time. This is too easy. This is going to go wrong. That's what I always learn from this. It will go wrong because now we get the opportunity to go back. Hopefully, we got Lawrence from Nuvo on the call. Lawrence, are you there?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
Excellent. Good to see you, Lawrence. Tell us
Thank
what you're up to at Nuvo.
Well, I'll tell you a brief way the company started 13 years ago. I'm a founding investor. I'm a founder, and I'm currently the CEO of the company that I just took charge of recently. We had a question 13 years ago when Fitbit and Garmin and Apple Watch was coming out, and we saw the wearable network, and we said, is it possible that we can have a wearable for a pregnant woman to be able to monitor her pregnancy as if she was in the hospital clinic? So for anyone on this call who's ever had a pregnancy, and I imagine a lot of you either have it directly or your significant other has gone to it, and you woke up at 2 a.m. and you said, I can't feel the baby, and I needed to go to the hospital because there was no other choice. We had that question and we said, we're going to create a wearable, and that wearable is going to be as effective as if you walked into the hospital and had a medical checkup. It's called an NST, a non-stress test. The only difference is when I started this, I thought, how difficult can this be? And I literally put down $250,000 thinking in 6 months we're going to be done with it, because I'm also an engineer. I have had a bunch of companies before. 10 years later, and $100 million invested, produced the only technology in the world, and I mean the only technology in the world, that is a wearable that you can put on, self-administered, medical grade, FDA approved, 2 FDA approvals, CE approval, and Israel Health approval, so we can operate in all 3 jurisdictions, that you can actually have the same level of effective efficacy on a medical exam of a mother and child in the convenience of your home or your office. As I like to say, we can do an ECG on a park bench of a fetus. And if for those that understand what the implication of an ECG is, that's what we do for pennies. So we had set out to rewrite the story of pregnancy, and we are now commercial in the US. We're commercial in Israel. Sheba Hospital is doing the most phenomenal advanced use of remote pregnancy care. If I got, I think, 1 minute left, I'll tell you a brief story and the research that we're doing as well, because it's not just commercial, it's research. We see things in pregnancy no one else has ever seen before. And the horrific events of October 7th, October 8th, I got on the phone because we're very friendly with Dr. Avi Tzur, is phenomenal. He's the head of the maternity ward care in Sheba Hospital. And I said, Avi, we got to do something. They were doing some research on gestational diabetes of pregnancy and said, we got to help pregnant women in Israel. They're going to be under pressure. They're going to be not able to come in. They're in the hospital. They want to be home. He said, no problem. I'm already on top of it. In 3 weeks, and I want everyone on this call knows what clinical work is and what it takes to move the healthcare system. Imagine me telling you, you've got the most severe medical condition in pregnancy, you need to be hospitalized. And then I walk into your room and going, go home. Imagine trying to do that in the US. 3 years, 5 years of clinical studies proving that the highest risk pregnancies are as good or better with hospital at home care than in the hospital. 3 weeks. 3 weeks. The entire high risk pregnancy ward was sent home. Command and control center was set up. And not only has it proven to be phenomenally effective, articles have been written about it, research reports have been generated, peer-reviewed journal articles, poster at conferences. We're rewriting how pregnancy care can be done. And not only is it more convenient, it's less expensive, it also turns out to have better outcomes, which is obvious. We're doing all kinds of studies as well as commercialization, like in Columbia University Hospital, mood disorder studies, because we finally can. I know I gotta go, but the point is, we're capable of understanding data, AI, augmented diagnostics in pregnancy like no one else can. Anybody who's interested, just give me a shout.
We will do, and there'll be opportunities for you. You can hang on in the breakout rooms, which are coming up very, very shortly. But before we do that, from one, I think, excellent deployed solution, let's look at how a different solution is being developed right now in Ireland with Siobhan from Onawave, one of our members there in Ireland. Siobhan, tell us what you've been up to. And unmute your microphone as well, if possible.
Hi, I'm Siobhan Kelleher. I'm delighted to join you today. I'm founder and CEO of Onawave Medical. It's a medtech startup based in the west of Ireland, and we're developing wearable devices and a digital diagnostic platform for earlier diagnosis of pelvic conditions. We're starting with endometriosis. And the slide won't go down, so I'll keep talking. We're starting with endometriosis, which is a condition which today takes 5+ physician visits and 10 years to diagnose. It affects 1 in 10 women of reproductive age. There's 190 million women globally, with many living in chronic pain, and up to 50% will have fertility issues. Today, the gold standard in diagnosis is surgery, which is invasive and not without risk. So we're developing a non-invasive at-home test, which is a wearable device which you wear on your abdomen, and an app which you enter symptoms in. The wearable device measures a biosignal, which is uterine contractions in non-pregnant women. So unlike Lawrence, where we routinely measure contractions remotely in pregnant women, there's no commercially available device to measure uterine contractions in non-pregnant women. And we know that that signal will alter in response to hormones, not only across the menstrual cycle, but across a woman's life course from adolescence to menopause and beyond, and also in certain pathological conditions such as endometriosis. A recent systematic review demonstrated that there was a 9-fold increase in this activity in women with endometriosis. So we have completed preclinical studies in the University of Galway, and we have secured 2.5 million in European transition funding to develop our own device. We're currently optimizing the EndoSolve technology, and we're looking for partners and funding for clinical validation. And we're also interested in other indications such as early miscarriage, recurrent pregnancy loss, and ovarian cancer.
And that sounds like you've run out of your slides. The good news is the following. We will share all the slides that have been shown today, because like many, I can't see the slides. I've got a big wall of faces in front of me, so I'm trying to see who's here. So we'll share all the slides that have been showcased today, not just with you, but with the whole entire ecosystem network. And what we're looking to do with this is actually go a little bit wider, because it's a slightly different coordinator call where we're trying to connect dots literally in this room. So I'm sure you're going to want to have a chat with Lawrence, and I'm sure there's people on the research side, because there's many opportunities for projects. We're involved with many European projects. We're very keen to partner with people who are looking to form coalitions and groups for project applications especially in the space. That's why I put this call on today, because we're looking for collaborative partnerships across our network, specifically in the field of around women's health. So Siobhan is one of those people on that long list. She's at the top of the list, otherwise she wouldn't speak to me again. But she's at the top of that list of people that are there already involved with European collaboration. So good if you're looking to explore that for the first time. Excellent as well if you want somebody with experience in that field. So there'll be an opportunity to do networking very shortly when we go to the breakout rooms. Okay, but I did promise you more speakers, and we're trying to squeeze as many in. Next one up is from our London ecosystem. We've got Emily. Emily, hopefully you can hear me. I can see you.
Yes, hello.
Wonderful. Tell us what you've been up to.
I'd love to. It's been really great to hear what everyone's been up to so far. I'm slightly changing direction. I'm from the Health Innovation Network South London and the Digital Health London team. And I'm going to talk to you a bit about our Accelerating Femtech program, which was an accelerator for femtech innovations. I do have a slide, but I'm having some technical difficulties, so I'm just going to leave it. So you're just stuck with my voice, unfortunately. So we have run 2 cohorts of the program. We've supported 33 innovators across the past 2 years. The second cohort wrapped up in March of this year, and we've supported a number of different innovations, everything from kind of the expected maternity or gynecology, all the way to maternity staff training, cardiovascular disease, and most recently as well, bruxism and girls' mental health, which is quite interesting. So we are supporting all innovations that can influence women, so either disproportionately, differently. We were funded for by Innovate UK. So for those that aren't familiar, that's a part of UK Research and Innovation, which is a branch of the government. So we're government funded. And very kindly, as a part of the program, all the participants who went through the program were eligible to apply for some biomedical catalyst funding to complete feasibility studies. And of the 2 cohorts, cohort 1, 10 of the 12 innovators received a share of just over 1.2 million to do that. And for cohort 2, we're just waiting back to hear what the outcome is. They've recently submitted those. So the program is quite competitive, or sorry, not competitive, comprehensive. We'd like to think about competitive as well. And the support covers a kind of variety of angles to support not only the founder as a person and their kind of like how they run the business, but then also obviously the commercial side as well. So each company was assigned a business coach, which acts kind of like their critical friend and worked with the company one-on-one to do a bespoke action plan with them on really anywhere they felt they were struggling or they had gaps. We also had a number of events, both virtual and in person. So we had weekly virtual workshops, which was everything from refining value proposition to product design for those that was relevant to, or budget impact analysis. And then the in-person events focus on really bringing the cohort together and also networking externally as well. So we had an investment focused dinner. The cohorts were able to network with investors, and a clinical focused dinner. So as it sounds, they're able to network with clinicians who are part of the women's health kind of ecosystem here in the UK. They were also assigned a mentor, so to help work on that kind of interpersonal relationship as a founder. And we had a fantastic group of subject matter experts, one of who is actually on the call, Abby from Scotland, who were experts in kind of anything women's health. So we had some fantastic clinicians that we worked with. We had some really fantastic investors. We had user experience design people. We had health economists, kind of any aspect that you could think of. We were able to get those experts to work one-on-one with the company. So it was really quite a bespoke program, which was really fantastic. And we are fingers crossed for a third cohort, but TBC on that, which I can let everyone know when and if that comes through. And that's me.
Excellent. And you've given a shout out to one of our Scottish colleagues who's on the call. I can see you up there paying attention. There's a good opportunity for you to meet not just Emily, but also Abigail in one of the breakout rooms that we're going to have very shortly after we hear from our final speaker. But I think there are some great opportunities to get involved with a program that's not just running for the first time, but I remember rightly enough, I think I've been listening, is on its second round. So good calls there.
Andy, Andy, sorry I missed your order there, but actually there's some conflict in my schedule, unfortunately. Yeah, so Jarmo, can I have the pitch now?
The floor is yours. I will stop talking immediately.
That's good. So share.
I can see your screen.
Can you
Yeah,
see now?
excellent. Jarmo, good to go.
So thank you for opportunity here. So actually, I'm working with the university as a business developer. We have this model here in Finland from research to business programs, and I'm there looking for the opportunities to commercialize for the great innovation what they have done there in the university. They have done 4 years already research for the let's say women breast cancer, how it can be detected very early phase, and now we are in the phase that we are looking for the partners with whom we can do the piloting and clinical trials for that. So I have the video here. I hope that you can hear and see it. So let's start from here.
PREMET is the predictive model for early stage breast cancer metastasis. Imagine a world where no woman loses her life to late detection of breast cancer. PREMETI is making this vision a reality through groundbreaking scientific innovation in breast cancer diagnosis. Saving lives through early detection and innovation. We have explored the global impact of breast cancer and the power of early detection. PREMET is here to save lives through cutting-edge technology and innovation. Breast cancer silently affects 2.3 million women every year. Shockingly, 90% of these deaths are due to metastasis, a more aggressive stage which is currently incurable. This highlights the urgent need for early detection to save countless lives. Early detection enables timely interventions, accelerating personalized treatment plans. The science behind this technology is revolutionary, offering a glimpse into the future of personalized cancer therapy with the potential to transform breast cancer diagnosis, treatment, and save lives. By harnessing the power of biomarker detection and cutting-edge technology, we're making early diagnosis not just possible, but accurate and personal. PREMET's revolutionary approach to early detection is a game changer. With biomarker-driven LFT technology, the future of breast cancer care is rapid, accurate, and more life-saving than ever. Real-life examples prove that early interventions saves lives. PREMET S biomarker-based technology integrated with AI-driven platform enhances accuracy and efficiency, revolutionizing early-stage breast cancer detection, diagnosis, and personalized treatment. Biotechnology is transforming cancer care, advancing early detection and precision treatment. Strategic partnerships are key to turning innovation into scalable, life-saving clinical solutions. Together, we can revolutionize breast cancer detection and ensure no woman suffers from late diagnosis. Partner with PREMET today, we can make a difference, one life at a time.
All right. I hope that everything went through there.
Yes.
And then it's the model for early breast cancer metastases. So that's a program what we have now, what we are running now, and we are really looking for partnerships and a strategic partnership where we can really show up what we have done.
Excellent. Kiitos, Jarmo. Kiitos. Well done.